I'm joined by coaches Jen, Terry, and Nicole, and we are so thrilled to be back live with you today. I know this has been a roller coaster of emotions for all of us since the announcement of the closure, and we are so thankful for the outpouring of support from all of you. We are even more thankful that very soon we will be able to get back to our weekly coaching sessions to support you with your healthy lifestyle behaviors.
Hi everyone, we are here today to introduce our coaching team to you, give you some of the latest updates that we have and offer some support as you go into the rest of your week. Last week, we did have a live event, so if you happen to have missed it, we were addressing some of your most frequently asked questions. And like I mentioned, if you did miss it, you can see it on this page under the videos icon at the top. So you can rewatch that video, get some of those questions that you may have been asking answered to yourself.
And although that we wish that all of our wonderful health coaches could return at this time, for now we will be working with a small but mighty team of 4, myself, Jen, Nicole, and Terry. And we have a combined total of 62 years of experience supporting our members with their weight and health management. Some of you may have worked with us previously, but for those of you who haven't, we wanted to take some time today to just introduce ourselves to you. So Terry, why don't you start us off by sharing a little bit about your background, where you're from, and why you do this work?
Sure. Hi, I'm Coach Terry, and I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. Big University of Kentucky sports fan. My husband and I are proud parents of 1 daughter and a son-in-law who are in their 30s and a beagle named Mia May. And she'll be 2 soon. I have a BS in dietetics and nutrition. Being a health coach brings me so much joy and fulfillment. There's nothing more rewarding to me than to be able to help people make lifestyle changes that improve their quality of life.
And thank you, Terry. And I'm Coach Jennifer C. I am from Louisville, Kentucky. So we have a couple Kentucky girls here. My husband and I have 2 boys. Our oldest is 13, our youngest is 7. I have a bachelor's degree of science with a concentration in nutrition. I've always felt truly blessed to be able to do this work because I've always wanted to support folks specifically with their weight and their health goals. Not only that, but support them to challenge themselves, to accomplish things that they really never even imagined that were possible. And like Terry, I really do live for the quality of life changes, especially how it impacts the day in and day out things that we do. And really excited to be back and working with all of you in our HMR community. Nicole, how about for you?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Coach Nicole. I am from a small mountain town in Colorado, and I am a mom of 7 kids. Yes, 7 kids. They range in age from 29 down to 10. I have my master's degree in exercise physiology, and I absolutely love being a health coach. I am passionate about my own health and passionate about helping other people improve their own health and ultimately their quality of life. As a coach, I hope to not only inspire, but give people the how-tos to make those changes and reach their goals. So thank you guys. Annika?
Thanks, Nicole. Hi guys, I'm Coach Annika. I am from Sacramento, California. I have a bachelor's of arts in nutrition. I really love being able to support others to lead healthier lives through role modeling, whether it be sharing new recipes or different ways to get in physical activity. I really believe that variety is the key to long-term success. And I would say my favorite part of my job, as the rest of you, is not only being able to celebrate the weight loss milestones, but more importantly, celebrating those non-scale victories that people experience through their focus on their healthy behaviors. That's probably my favorite part of my job.
It's really rewarding, the work that we get to do each and every single day, and hear about it from all of our HMR folks. So now that you've gotten an opportunity to get to know us just a little bit more, we want to take some time to share some of the latest updates on HMR reopening in our plan. We are excited to announce that people who were enrolled in phase 1 coaching when groups were closed back in November will have first access to join a new phase 1 group coaching session. Signups for these groups actually started today, and we will run that enrollment through February 1st. And those phase 1 coaching groups will begin February the 6th. And so those members who were actually in coaching groups back when we closed in November, just to repeat that, will have the opportunity to join coaching sessions through February the 1st. And then those groups will get started the week of February the 6th. Once our former members have the chance to rejoin, we will be opening up availability to everyone. And make sure, we do ask that you bear with us as we work to get everything up and running. And stay tuned for updates regarding phase 2, our auto delivery, as well as coaching.
Yeah, and because we know that many of our members stocked up on HMR foods, just want to assure you that no auto delivery orders will process until March 6th, but you do still have the ability to order as needed through the website until then. So once the auto delivery resumes in March, for those who have signed up, the standard auto delivery discount of 5% off will be applied.
And let's say you were someone who was working with your local HMR clinic and attending coaching sessions within that brick and mortar clinic. We do encourage you to stay really close in communication with that clinic. Many HMR clinics have remained open or are working to reopen. And we understand it's been a little bit confusing, but please reach out to your local team to learn about your options that they have. And of course, if your local clinic will no longer offer the HMR program, our HMR at home is an option for you.
Yeah, so we just want to encourage you guys also to be sure to check the website for the most up-to-date answers to your frequently asked questions, as we are updating those as we have the information. But we'll also be sending emails as updates occur and posting here in the Facebook group. So we hope to offer a lot of clear communication. And again, want to, of course, thank you guys and let you guys know that we appreciate your patience through all of this as we work to get up and running.
And as HMR is getting back up and running, we didn't want to wait. We wanted to make sure that our HMR community know that we are here to help them. And we also want to acknowledge that the last several months have been really difficult. And for those of you who need it, there isn't a better time to get back on track than right now. And that's what we want to support you to do tonight.
Yeah, we really feel like it helps to ground ourselves in the basics, because during these challenging times, it can be easy to have other things take priority away from your health goals. So there are two main approaches that we wanted to talk about, and we want you to think about today when you feel like you need to get back on track. The first is to keep it simple, and number two is to focus on the to-dos. So let's get into that. And as we share our top strategies, we really want you guys to be sharing in the chat, what is your first step when you realize that you're off track or you're getting off track? We want to hear what helps you when you realize some of your health behaviors might be slipping. So please leave those in the chat as we share our top strategies.
So let's start with our first strategy when you're feeling that you're getting off track, and that is keeping it simple. Can't say it enough. Keep it simple. It's very common to complicate things when you're setting goals. You want to shoot for the moon, right? But when you keep it simple, this is going to help you to get in action sooner with your health behaviors without feeling like you're getting overwhelmed or feeling really disappointed if you did shoot for the moon and then you're falling shy. So I want to hear from all of us, all of our coaches, on how they keep it simple. And Nicole, what's something that you do when you feel like you're getting off track? What's something that helps you to get back in action, but also it's simple, like very easy to do. You don't have to do a lot of work to get back into it.
Sure, Jen, thanks. So for me, if I am off track, it's usually related to food and I'm getting into something or I'm tempted to get into something. So the best strategy for me is to get full. And the easiest and probably funnest thing to do is make a shake. I love shakes. They get me full. They take the edge off. And the next step for me is usually a walk, even if it's just 5 minutes, allows me to kind of clear my head. I'm full from the shake. I'm just recommitting to myself in that few minutes. So those two things really help me just feel on track and get back on track. Annika, how about you?
Yeah, the first thing that I like to do to get in action while keeping it simple is focusing on my environmental control as soon as possible. Getting to the grocery store, number one. What this looks like is simply making a plan to get to the store as soon as possible so that I can control my home environment. What would you add to that, Perry?
Like you're saying, getting in action. To me, getting in action is movement. So taking a walk first thing gets me started. And then getting out of my head with my plans by kind of contacting an accountability buddy, whether it's my coach or someone who knows what I'm going to do. That way it doesn't just stay a plan within myself. It goes out and someone else can hold my feet to the fire.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps when you know someone else is paying attention for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And the second approach to take when you're deciding what you need to do to get back on track is to practice the to-do approach, meaning figuring out what you can do. So you want to think about the difference between allowing yourself to say yes versus trying to say no over and over again. Jen, how would you say you practice the to-do approach when you feel like you need to get back on track?
Yeah, I know one specific behavior that I do focus on, like I have to get it in, it is the to-do, the fruits and vegetables. So I set a goal to get in 5, if not more. And what strategy I use to help me with that is every single time that I have a meal or a snack, basically every time I'm having something, I'm going to have a serving of fruit or vegetable with that. So that automatically helps me to get up to more servings of fruits and vegetables. And really what Nicole said about getting full, it had me thinking too about another strategy that I use, because oftentimes I'm not full because I've gone too long without eating. So having my meals and snacks in place with those fruits and vegetables helps me to stay more in control and I don't get hungry, where I'm more likely to dive into my kiddos' snacks and things. So, making sure I'm focusing on fruits and vegetables with every meal or snack, but then that kind of forces me to eat more frequently, which helps me to stay more satisfied. And like many of you are going to speak to with your PA, it's kind of getting in action does help you attract other healthy behaviors. I go ahead and sign up for live spin classes. So that's one thing that really came from, I think, the last several years that we've been in, having the opportunity to do a lot of live classes at home. So that way I sign up, I'm accountable, I'm going to get reminders. So those two things, or really 3 things, really help me to really focus on the to-dos and get back on track. Nicole, you have some really great strategies that you wanted to share.
Yeah, absolutely. Much like you, Jen, I need to go for the fruits and vegetables. And my first step is having them. I think Annika mentioned this earlier, is I've got to get to the store. I have to have them available. But not only do I have to get to the store and have them available, I have to have them ready. So I really like to have big batch or big volume recipes ready to go. Big salad, a big vegetable soup, steamed vegetables, even roasted vegetables. I can use them for several meals in several days. But it also helps to have the grab and goes, apples, bananas, oranges, things on a busy day that I can, just grab and go with. And then finally, I would say the exercise as well. I usually plan 3 bouts of PA a day, 20 to 30 first thing in the morning, 20 to 30 in the evening, and then 20 to 30 maybe midday. If I hit all three of those, I could actually have an hour and a half. Chances are I'm going to miss one, here and there. So I'll be lucky though to hit still 40 to 60 minutes with just 2 bouts. And I can just commit to 10 minutes out, 10 minutes back, 3 times a day, and really end up with quite a bit of exercise. Annika, how about you? Or Terry? I think Terry, you haven't gone yet.
Oh, that's okay. As you all have already mentioned, physical activity is really the magnet for other healthy behaviors. And for me, if everything is fallen out, PA first thing in the morning is going to be the difference in me reaching for a donut or making a shake. It's really that crucial. So it starts my day off strong, and then it trickles down from there. If my records have fallen out, because PA is so important, I tend to track only one behavior. Jen mentioned this earlier in the session of overcomplicating things. To keep it simple, to have one of your go-to behaviors that has the biggest impact, that is what I do. So if my records have fallen out, I'll just track PA. And this really sets the tone not only for that day, but really for the rest of the week and me getting off to a strong start.
Right. And on that records notes, just want to make sure that we all know, because maybe you were worried that the app was going to go away. And so maybe that had you stop keeping records, or maybe you had been keeping records with something else. Great news is that our app is back. So you can either re-download it if you undownloaded it, but it is on up in the Google Play Store or your app store. So you can get that app and start keeping records how you have been, if you have been doing the HMR program previously. So good news.
Yep. Annika, how about you?
Very good news about the app. For me, I would say what I focus on for my to-do approach is meal prepping. And what I mean by that is just taking a couple hours, and I would add even specifically on a Friday, a lot of times, to put together some entree veggie combos or lean protein veggie combos if you're in phase 2, to have that ready to go in the fridge. And the reason I say specifically Fridays is because Saturdays and Sundays are the easiest days of the week for me to go off track. So instead of thinking about all weekend, I can't have this, I can't have that, I have things ready for me that are going to support me in the moments I need them to make those, better decisions. So that's crucial for me, throughout the week, to make sure those things are available for me. And even just to hit on the app thing one more time, I think that also one thing you can do to get, focus on your to-do approach is focus on getting in your app more frequently. So maybe you find yourself going in at the end of the day and catching up. But if you're in that app consistently, 3 times a day, you're also going to be more aware of what you're doing and can help you recenter your focus if you feel like some of your health behaviors might be slipping. So the to-do approach is always more effective, but especially when things are overwhelming, the difference between allowing yourself to say yes versus trying to say no over and over again is really hard to overstate. So make sure to recognize also that sometimes are harder than others. Being more aware of this supports you to manage the expectation that this should be easy, especially when you acknowledge that setbacks happen for everyone. And this can really allow you to get back on track sooner than later.
Right. And so as we were going through, our coaches have shared how we keep it simple, how we focus on the to-do and what specific behaviors we focus on that we are doing. So if you've not already done so, be thinking about for you. We've been in the Facebook community. We know several of you are feeling like, man, I need to get back on track. I need to have this snap happen. Well, this is your time to have a snap. So if you've not already done so, really think about what we've discussed here. How can you keep it simple? What is one to-do behavior that you can do within the next 24 hours that is going to really help support you to get back on track? Leave it in the chat. so that you have even more accountability with our HMR community, with all our coaches. You know, we're going to be in the chat looking at what you all have said. And so make sure you take some time to do that because we are interested. We're all in this together. We are all working on our own healthy behaviors and have our own goals that we're wanting to accomplish. So we are in the trenches with you. Now, I know that several of you joined probably after we announced some of the things, some of the most updates and latest, the latest updates. So I just want to go back real quickly and revisit several of those regarding our coaching and also the auto delivery. And so regarding our at-home coaches or coaching sessions, we are excited that we actually started today enrolling in phase 1 groups, but we were enrolling in phase 1 groups for folks who were active when we actually stopped facilitating groups back in November. So we are going to have those folks have first access to our phase 1 coaching groups. And that is going to run until February the 1st. And our coaching sessions will then start February the 6th. Once our former members have had the chance to rejoin, we are going to open up that availability to everyone else. And so make sure to just hang in there with us because you will be receiving emails, I'm sure, as you get an opportunity to re-sign up for coaching sessions. Also, as it relates to phase 2, hang tight because we're going to have more updates regarding phase 2 auto delivery and coaching. And because we know many clients did stock up on HMR foods, no auto delivery orders will process until March the 6th. But you do have the ability to order as needed through the website until then. So once auto delivery does restart in March, the standard auto delivery discount of 5% will be applied. If you're someone that used to attend a clinic setting, we encourage you to contact your local clinic because some clinics remained open, some are working to reopen, but we know it's confusing, but try to connect with your local clinic because they're going to have the most up-to-date news about their specific clinic. If they happen to not be reopening, then Healthy Solutions at Home will be a great opportunity for you to continue with your journey. Now, as I mentioned before, we want to look for those next steps that you're focusing on. We want to thank you so much for being here with us today. We are so excited to be back with all of you, and make sure to stay in your emails, go to our website, and we'll be updating with our next lab event, and we hope to see you then. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you.